Hey y'all, it's April 22nd and I haven't been vlogging every single day. Big surprise, but that's okay because today is my new day one and it's fine. I am giving myself grace on this project because I want to succeed. And that is one thing I want to talk about today. It's that whole mindset that we tell ourselves that stop us in our tracks. You know, it's like we set a goal and we're like, we will do it, and something trips up and we don't make it that day or we can't get it done. And all of a sudden it just halts everything. And our mindset changes and we start to tell ourselves that what we originally wanted to do doesn't matter. And that's where I'm at today. I'm so passionate about it. And it was kind of an aha moment for me. You know, I woke up this morning and I was giving myself excuses as to why in the world I don't need to go on my walk. I don't need to do my fasting today. I don't need to do my vlog. You know, I can take an easy day. I can push all the homeschooling onto Tom. I mean, I was just going down the list because I was tired. And I felt like maybe I don't need to show up today. And kind of, it's something that actually inhibits me a lot. You know, I get caught up in that whole life experience and think that experiencing life is something you have to just like slow down and stop all of the, you know, the goal reaching and the running and the pushing for where I want to go personally. And that's wrong. It's actually just our brain protecting us because we might have a little anxious feeling about running for those goals, or maybe we have a little tinge of, I don't know that I'll ever achieve that goal. And so because our minds and our brains are in our body to protect us, instantly it goes into, okay, I'll protect you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do because you know what? You're in control of your life and you don't have to do hard things. And I just actually kind of really got my arms around that. And it explains a lot of areas in my own life that I haven't been able to kind of break through, you know, have that moment of realism of, okay, this is what I need to do. And so since I haven't had that, I'm constantly making up excuses as to why I can't make that breakthrough. But in reality, I'm just protecting myself and I'm not allowing myself to get to that breakthrough, because really breakthroughs are through action. And when I look back at the things that I've done over the years, I was most effective when I was fully 100% in action. And so I just did a Facebook Live today to talk about a little bit about how it feels to take your foot off the gas. And, you know, when I was raising 6 kids and they were, you know, 8 and under, I never stopped. I constantly had things to do, you know, people that needed me, places to be, constantly. And I used to tell myself, don't stop, because if you stop, it's harder to get going. And it's true. If I ever sat down, and thankfully at that time, social media was not really a big thing, because it would have been really difficult for me to be effective if it would have been a thing. But, so I never stopped. I just went all day. And what I noticed is if I did have those moments where someone called me or I sat down to look at a magazine and try to think creatively, it would take a lot to get me back in the groove. And so I used to say, I don't like to stop. I don't like to go on vacation because the real life is harder afterwards. So kind of, it's really what life looks like now. When I have beautiful days like yesterday, when we have last minute friends come over and, you know, we just fully, you know, kind of take it all in and embrace the people around us. It changes everything, and it puts us in this mindset of, wow, this feels really, really good. And maybe my goals and maybe my long-term dreams, and maybe the schedules that I've set up to help me achieve those don't really matter. because this really matters. This connection, this, conversation. But the thing is, long term, that's not realistic. We need to have something to look forward to achieve to reach for. And it was interesting. I was just at my doctor and I got my annual done, and it was a new doctor because I moved to Michigan, and it was a female, and she pulled us into a room and she talked to me about, how you feeling, how's this, how's that, whatever. And then she's like, hey, I just want to let you know 5 servings of vegetables a day keeps cancer away. I was like, oh, well, that's really good to know. And you kind of know it, but it's nice to hear it again. And then she hands me this little note card, and on the note card, it tells me, obviously take your supplements, move your body, all this. But one of the suggestions on the card was go find a challenging project at home or work. I'm like, isn't that the key to happiness? Even though we have beautiful days on holidays where we lean into all our family and friends and we really are present and enjoying ourselves, isn't the real, the real happiness come from setting plans and goals in place and moving toward them, whatever they are, whether they're health goals, whether they're, goals at home, whether they're, financial goals, or whatever's going on in your life, business goals. You need something to dig your teeth in and plan for and reach for. And so that's where I am on Monday morning, because I have a lot of those, and I don't have time to take a Monday after a holiday off just to take it off. Because what I found is when I do that, at the end of the day, I feel really, just uncomfortable with the day and kind of agitated. Whereas if I dive in and put some plans in place and check some things off the list, at the end of the day, I feel really satisfied. Like I met a goal, and and I'm on the road to where I want to go. So that's what I got today. It's really about, where do we want to go? Where do we want to be in a year? And on those days that are work days, or days that we are, reaching and striving, it feels better to get closer to that end result, where we want to be in a year, 2 years, 10 years, next week, right? So I'm happy to say I'm fasting. I went on my walk, and I'm checking some things off the list. So I hope you guys have the best Monday.